What's up, everybody? Hi, how are you doing today? This is my stuffed animal that I got for my 13th birthday, and my best friend bought it for me. So, anyway, awkward. Okay, hello, everybody. This video is going to be about me going to inpatient and my advice. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the story on me being an inpatient. So it was nighttime, and I was thinking about, well, before I tell this story, this video is for encouragement and is for hope, and I just want to encourage anybody that's out there. So any hateful comments, okay, would be deleted and reported, and this is a judgment-free zone, okay? This is a judgment-free zone. So it was nighttime, and I was thinking about hanging myself because I just wanted to be done with everything. And so I went to, sorry, notification. Okay, I went to my neighbor's house at night. This is at night. I went to my neighbor's house, but before I went to my neighbor's house, I tried to wake up my grandmother, and I said, I'm feeling suicidal, you know. And I don't know if she knew I was serious or I wasn't serious, or I was like, grandmother, I'm suicidal, I want to hang myself, you know. And so she was like, oh, you'll be fine, oh, go back to sleep. I was like, okay. I put my coat on, and I put my shoes on, and I went out the front door. And let me just tell you, when you tell somebody that you are suicidal and they do not, like, they just brush it off like it's not nothing, you need to go ahead and go to a person that you trust and say, oh, I need help because I'm suicidal. Because in that moment, you need to get to the nearest hospital, or you need to tell somebody. Do not hide that, because just because people doesn't take you seriously, suicide is serious. Do not think about, people is not going to understand, people is going to say this, people is going to say, you're just faking it and stuff like that. Do what I did. Walk out the house, call somebody, do anything that you need to do, because in that moment, you need to get a hold of somebody. And I guess my grandmother didn't take me seriously. So like I said, I went down to my neighbor's house, and let me repeat this, it was at nighttime, and it was early in the morning, and I knocked on her door, and she asked me, oh, Asia, what are you doing up at this time? What are you doing up at this time of morning? I said, I need to go to the hospital because I feel like hanging myself. And she was like, okay. I was like, she was like, okay, and, you know, because she was just waking up out of her sleep. So she was like, okay, okay. And so she got her clothes on and everything, and we got in her car, and she drove me to the hospital. And, and we was just talking, and then she said, oh, you know, how long have you been feeling like this? Did you just feel like this? Or, you know, do you have suicidal thoughts? Or, you know, and we was just talking on the way to the hospital. Okay, when I got to the hospital, I told the people in the emergency room, because I went through the emergency room, and I told the people that I'm suicidal as of this right now. And they said they checked me into the room right away, and they took my vitals and everything, and they asked me a bunch of questions, a bunch of health questions, as, you know, as any other visit that you would go to. And so they put me into a room, and I thought I was going to stay there. I thought I was going to stay at the hospital, but apparently they didn't have any psychiatric ward at the hospital that I went to. And I'm not going to say the hospital's name because of privacy reasons. But, so they checked me into the room and everything, and they had a nurse stay in there with me because they could not have me by myself at that moment. And so they told me to, when I was checking into the room, they told me to take all my clothes off because I could not have anything tight on me. And I will tell you more about that in a minute. But so they told me to take everything off of me, and so I did, and I got in a hospital gown. And right now, as of this moment, I am at the hospital by myself in the morning with a neighbor. And so I was just sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, and I asked them, oh, can I get something to eat and everything? And they allowed me to eat. And my neighbor told me that she had a family crisis at that time, and so she told me that she was going to leave around 7 in the morning, and it wasn't even close to that, but she told me that she was going to leave. But before that, she told me that she didn't want to leave me without any cash. So she gave me some cash, and she went to an ATM, and she gave me some cash. She found an ATM in the hospital, and she found me some cash. And so she did that. And I was 17 at the time, and they told me to call my mom, and they told me to call my grandmother because I live with my grandmother, and, you know, they said that, oh, does your grandmother know that you're here by yourself? I said, no, she doesn't, because, you know, I told her that, I was feeling this way, and she didn't believe me, so I came to the hospital by myself. So they actually called her, and actually my mom and my grandmother came down to the hospital where I was at, which I really didn't want that, but they had to because I was underage at the time. And so so they came down, and my mom, which is the overprotective mom, if anybody else out there knows what I'm talking about, if your mom is if your mom is overprotective, you know how that is, okay? You know how that is. So she was like, oh, well, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on there? What is happening and stuff? I was like, Mom, oh my gosh. I was like, please. I was like, you are making me nervous. Like, I had anxiety anyway, and she just added to it. So, there was, we was down there for a little bit, and they was asking me, you know, what medicines do I take and everything and all that. And so, later on that morning, I, the, the ambulance people came in the room, and they said, oh, well, we're going to transfer you to a hospital. I said, well, oh, can I just stay here? And then they said, oh, no, because we don't have a psychiatric ward. So, I was like, okay. I was okay in that moment, you know, because I thought they was going to transfer me to a hospital that I knew and that is around in my area that I was comfortable with. No, they didn't do that. Nope, they did not do that. Nope. They sent me out in, well, I'm going to use my grandmother's words, out in no man's land, where I did not know that area and I was scared to death. But on the way to the hospital, they took me in an ambulance and they transferred me in the ambulance. And I was asking them, oh, what does this do? What does that do? You know, because I was interested in, you know, stuff in the ambulance. And, so when we got there, they checked me in and everything. But let me tell you something. Before I went, I said, you know, I hugged my grandmother goodbye, and I hugged her, and I said, see you later, and I hugged my mom, said, see you later, and everything, and so, and I left my phone with them. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that later on in a minute, but I left my phone with them, and I wanted to take it, but my grandmother said no. So, when I got there, they checked me in and stuff like that. And of course, I was nervous. Of course, I was nervous because I didn't know anybody. And I never been to a place like that before. This was in February 2015. And so, I never been to a place like that before. And, you know, the first couple of days, they had me on COWA, which is close observation while awake, and they had to watch me 24/7 to make sure that I didn't do anything. Literally, this woman was standing by the bathroom door while I was going to the restroom. In that moment, I was thinking, okay, dude, I'm in the restroom. Like, can you, like, give me some space, please? I mean, this is my first time. I had no idea what was going on. Why was that woman standing by the door, okay? And even when I was asleep, she would sit close to my room. But you know, it was scary the first couple of days. And, cause I was there for a week and 2 days. So I felt homesick. I did. I felt homesick, cause I never been away like that, from my grandmother. Cause I'm sheltered. I'm really sheltered. I don't really get out that much. I'm not an outgoing person. So to go to a place where, you know, I didn't know anybody, that right there, that was not okay. And so it was over time, I made friends with everybody on my unit. It wasn't called a floor, it was called a unit. And on my unit, and I met people like me, and I met people that has the same experience as me, and people was just they was really, oh my, oops, sorry, awkward, they was unbelievably sweet, and I've never really met anybody that was so sweet and so nice, and they made me feel so comfortable, and they made me feel at home, and I really appreciate those people, because in that moment I really needed that. And it was not too bad in inpatient. It wasn't bad in inpatient. I mean, honestly, if you want me to be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. I felt I felt like and the only reason why I'm making a joke is because I don't want it to be scary for people that is about to go in inpatient, because there's no reason to be scared. You're there for those people to help you. I mean, I felt horrible actually being in inpatient. I felt like I didn't want it to. I felt like I wasn't gonna get out, that I, was gonna be in there for a long time, and I felt like I felt like I was a foster child that was on an adoption list that did not know the date on whether I was going to leave or not. And just to make a joke about it, I know this is not a joke, but I want people to not be scared of going to inpatient. That's the whole thing. When I got out of inpatient, I said while I was in inpatient, I said, when I get out, I'm going to kiss the ground, because I couldn't go outside. I had to stay in that, I had to stay in there, and I honestly didn't like it, but when you go into inpatient, don't focus on getting out. Don't just go to inpatient and keep on lying to the people that helps you, to the people that would help you, like, cause I'ma be real again. Let's be real. I actually did just focus on getting out. I said the right things, and I said this, and I said that, just to get out, which is very wrong. Do not do that. Don't do that. Those people are there to help you. Me, honestly, I regret that. I regret doing that. I regret, saying the right things and, lying to them so I can get out. So I can hurry up and get out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Also, I wanted to tell you about the phones. Whoops, sorry. Awkward! I wanted to tell you about the phones. I am so glad that my grandmother told me to leave my phone at home, because they will take your phone. Now, all inpatient units are different. All of them are different. But mine will not let you have your phone. The reason why, I know that sucks, because, I mean, even myself, I go on Facebook, I go on Instagram, the gram, I go on Facebook, the book, and it really sucked by not having your phone. But you know why they do that? To focus, for you to focus on your treatment. That's why they do it. And I'm gonna tell you what I liked about inpatient. What I liked about inpatient is 24/7, whether it's day or night, 24/7. You would have somebody to talk to 24/7. Not that I'm saying, oh, if you're an outpatient, you don't have nobody to talk to. That's not true. But in inpatient, it's more of a intense, it's more of a, you will get intense treatment more than outpatient, So, but, I would like to think inpatient is where, that you are at your breaking point and you need to go into, to get your meds stabilized or have, or just need more intense help at that moment. So, but yeah, that's what I liked in inpatient. So, and in outpatient, you don't really, I'm gonna be real, again, you don't really get, I mean, I'm not trying to say that, oh, you don't get no help, which is not true, but, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? So, when you, I will advise you, if you know that you are going to any inpatient, whether it's a psychiatric ward or either a eating disorder inpatient, do not take your phone. Do not take your phone. I repeat, do not take your phone. Okay? Do not take your phone. 'Cause they will take it. They will take it. When I got checked in, they told me that, you have to take, because the day that I went in, I had boots on, and I had my navy skinny pants on, my navy skinny jeans on, yeah, skinny jeans, and a belt, a sparkly blue belt, and I forgot what shirt I had on, but, what is that? A windbreaker. And, they told me, oh, you need to take the belt off and you need to take your shoes off. And, I was like, why do I need my belt off? And what I found out later is they took my belt so I won't, strangle myself. So, and also, what else? We had a chart that everybody was on, that was, ORIN and PS and RS. Okay, OR, which is orientation, and which is, what are the rules, for inpatient, and what are the rules for, you being in here and stuff like that. Okay. I think it's, OR, and then it's ID, which is identifying your problem, and why are you here, and stuff like that, which I talked about in group therapy. I had group therapy every day. And the next one, which is PS, which is, I think it was problem solving, I think. ID. Yeah, problem solving. It was problem solving, and so that was, you solving your problem, and you're about to, get discharged and everything. RS, you do not want to be on that, because there's people in there that was on RS, which is restart. That's basically for, oh, if you don't comply, and if you don't, um, if you don't follow the rules, you would go right back to OR, which will make you stay in longer. So, I did what I need to do, and I got out. So, but like I said before, don't just go through it, and don't just say anything just for you to get out, because that's not, for me, like I said, that didn't help me, because I didn't say what I had to say, and it didn't help me. So, but, yeah, don't, don't take your phone. I think I went over everything. Don't take your phone. Oh yeah. Try to be encouragement. Try to be an encouragement to other people that is inpatient with you. Because, I even had a girl tell me, I asked her, oh, why are you in here, and, what is your name, and, just try to make friends and everything. And then I was like, I said, you're so pretty and everything. And then she said, oh, thank you, because I never had that said to me before. And, people have called me ugly and everything. Listen, this girl had a nose ring in her ear, and she had highlights, and her hair was long and stuff. I was like, girl, don't listen to those people. I was like, don't listen to those people. I was like, you are gorgeous, okay? You are gorgeous, okay? Don't listen to those people. And she told me that, she told me, you should be my best friend, because, nobody has ever said that to me before. And that just melted my heart right there. That just really did something to me right there. And eventually, I made friends with everybody. And, if you're a quiet person like me, that was really a big step for me. And that was really, I never do that, but, I decided to do that, and to be encouragement to other people, and because it just brings me joy. It brings me joy to help other people. And, yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, also, I was there for February 11th to February 19th. So, if you notice, I was there for Valentine's Day, and I was in the hospital on Valentine's Day in 2015, and that sucked. But at the same time, I was gonna help. So, that really didn't matter, because I was gonna help, and those people were helping me, and I just, we made Valentine's Day cards, and, we was just, and it was good. I made cards for my grandmother and my sister and everything, so I turned my negative into a positive. So, yeah, also, oh yeah, make sure you bring clothes. Make sure you bring clothes. I make sure you bring clothes. I did not have no clothes with me. And my grandmother had to bring clothes for me. To because I was staying there for about like a week and 2 days, and so they actually gave me this at the hospital that I was at because I didn't have really no clothes, and they had to find clothes for me because I am a size 0. Let me say it again. I am a size 0 in clothes. Not that I am bragging about it, but because I also told y'all guys that I have an eating disorder, and but let me tell you, size does not matter. Everybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful, whether you're a size 16, a size 32, a size 2, a size 48. It doesn't matter. All sizes, everybody is beautiful. So, they actually had to find clothes for me. So, but anyway, moving on. But yeah, that was my little segment there on, on being an inpatient and, my advice. And if I have any more advice, I will put it on another video. So, see you later, guys. And okay, I'm done. See you later. Bye. Peace.